Hello and welcome to New Life Show on AUK Radio. I'm your host, Adeyinka Omishore. On this show, we talk about our health, wellness, well-being, and everything else in between. And today's show is no exception. But before we start, here is our disclaimer. We provide you with information for general purposes only. We are not here to diagnose, neither are we here to prescribe, nor do we claim to heal any ailments or diseases whatsoever. So please do speak to your healthcare provider in the first instance, especially if you're considering making a change to your lifestyle. With that being said, let's get on with today's show. 75 hard or 75 hotter. Probably wondering, what does that mean? Okay, so here is what 75 hard means. And 75 hotter is, you could say, the chill cousin of 75 hard. So 75 hard is about doing 2 workouts a day, which about 45 minutes per workout. So you're looking at 90 minutes a day. And reading about 10 pages of a serious book. Drinking enough water, gallons of water. A river? No, actually, no. Just drinking enough water. Doing this consistently for 75 whole days. My goodness. I think by the time it's day 3, you'll probably find me laughing, I don't want to say crying, over a bowl of jollof rice. 75 days of 45 minutes workout. I mean, yes, I do work out, but 45 minutes of high intensity workout. Hey, it works for some people. It doesn't work for a lot of us. And that's cool. Now, 75 hotter is a new trend, or which is, like I said, is the chilled cousin of 75 hard. And what is that? That is more of a, I wouldn't say necessarily relaxing, but a more gentle version of the 75 hard. So this is about being kind, having a balance in life, and having realistical habits, which makes it sustainable. And that's because it's sustainable because you're consistently doing it, because it's realistic, all right? So, how it can transform your life and why it is especially powerful for our African, Caribbean, and Asian community, we will be talking about that today. So let's break it down. Like I said, 75 hotter is the more chilled cousin of 75 hard. It's about making yourself glow and not grown. So it's about moving your body every day, which we always talk about on this show, even if it's just dancing in the kitchen, going up and down the stairs a few times just to get that cardio or aerobic workout going. Eating and cooking and preparing nourishing meals, which you eat mindfully. That means you're paying attention to what is on your plate and enjoying the different flavor of the food that you have in front of you. Which also means no TV, no telephone, but focusing on the food. Speaking kindly to yourself, because words matter. Think about it. When was it last time you said something kind and pleasant to yourself? Were you hard on yourself? Were you critical about yourself? I mean, yes, we can be critical about ourselves, but not in such a negative way that you feel bad after having that conversation with self. Because again, words matter. Speak kindly to yourself, just like you would to a best friend. The way you talk to your best friend is not the way you would talk to yourself. So we should be, well, and why is that? We should talk kindly to ourselves, just like we could talk kindly to the next person or to your best friend in this instance. Taking care of your skin, your sleep matters, managing stress, and protecting your peace of mind. So now, in our BAME community, we don't need more pressure. We don't need more hard stuff. We have enough pressure to go with, or that we're dealing with. such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and the heart disease, the trio diseases which I spoke about a few episodes ago. So if you have not watched that episode, please go on to our channel and have a listen. So what makes wellness, and what we need is wellness that makes sense for our culture and for us as individuals. So yes, if wellness today is about walking to the bus stop, taking the stairs instead of the lift, perhaps adding some egusi to that spinach, or maybe that plantain, or that grilled plantain to the wache, well then, that all counts. And that's hotter, baby. That is what 75 hotter is all about. So let's think about the science. Let's talk about the science behind this. Gentle, consistent habit. Gentle, consistent habit helps with our hormones, especially that stress hormone called cortisol. Yes, we do need a bit of cortisol in our lives because it's our hop and go hormone that gets us to do stuff and gets us to do things. But it's when we have a high level of cortisol on a day-to-day basis because of stress. And yes, when we're doing too much, even too much of exercising, that can also raise our cortisol level. So hotter 75 hotter is reminding us to do things in a gentle way, no stress, so that we are not raising that cortisol on other hormones that are associated with stress. And of course, it helps to improve our sleep. You know what exercise does for us. It boosts our moods, and of course, protects our heart, and a whole host of other benefits. So, because our community, as we have probably known, if you've been listening to our show for a while, and if not, even you probably know already, that we are at least 3 times more risk of having high blood pressure, diabetes, and the heart issues. We know they don't come overnight. They creep up on you. And it's in the same way, small daily habits can help push them back. So instead of the go hard or go home, go gentle so that you can go the distance. That's what 75 hotter is about. So let's think about, or you think about 3 things that you can do today. You know I was going to mention about our hashtag New Life Challenge. Because what's the point in giving all this information and we're not putting it to use? They say knowledge is power. Knowledge is potential power. It's putting that knowledge into action. That is power, because you're empowered, because you're putting into action what you have learned. Perhaps it's a walking. 10 to 15 minutes walk. I always say the walking is 3 in 1, right? But in an example of, actually, I will give that example now. I was working a group of women a few months ago, and one of them said she decided she was going to go for a prayer walk. So what is that? Okay, so that's her going for a walk, engaging in spiritual exercise such as praying. And of course, she's getting 2 in 1 already, right? And let's have the other 3 I always talk about. She's getting the spiritual connection. She's getting the exercise. Like I said, if you live around where I live, you're getting free food. You're picking berries, especially if they're in the season. You're getting the fresh air. And of course, you're getting the sunshine. So that's 5 in 1 in this instance. So why not walk? If it means walking around the block, up and down the stairs a few times, get the walk into it. Get walking. Hydration, not a river, not drinking gallons, but at least the 6 to 8 glasses of water that's recommended to us daily. Some say tea counts. Hey, my suggestion, have more water. For every teacup you have 2. So if you're having 4 teacups a day of water of tea, or maybe of coffee, then you know you're going to have 2 glasses of water. Sounds fair? I think so. And then speak kindly to yourself, because words matter. So another story, let me quickly share another story with you. So again, working with a few ladies, one of the tasks was to journal everything that goes into our mouth for a week. So whatever they put into their mouth, they were meant to write it down. It could be water, it could be sweet, it could be chewing gum, it could be food, whatever it is, note it down. A week later, we regrouped, and one of the ladies said she was shocked because she realized she wasn't drinking as much water as she thought she was. And another thing was she found that she actually did eat a lot more white bread than she thought she did. Now that's the thing about the saying about a short pencil is better than a memory, or yeah, something like that. Because now she's written it down, she realized, oh my, I need to make a change in my hydration. So I need to drink some more water. I need to cut down the white bread. Voila. So because she's drinking more water, she's feeling a bit better. So also that also helps with the issue of constipation. Things like journaling is also recommended for us for our mental well-being as well, but also help us in this instance to keep account, to know what exactly we're doing when it comes to our health. So you see, wellness does not have to mean a yoga retreat in Bali. I mean, a trip to Bali would be great. It can be as simple as you eating less salt, less sugar, less ultra-processed food. Tuning up your Afro beats in your living room. And being kind to yourself. So choosing health in a way that feels good, that feels empowering, and not punishing. So what challenge are you going to take up today? Or what challenge are you going to take up this week? So whatever challenge you've chosen to take up, do tag us on our socials, #NewLifeChallenge, to let us know what you're doing so we can also celebrate you and keep sharing you up to keep you motivated to continue with your healthy lifestyle choices. So would it be moving your body for 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes? It could even be as low as 5 minutes. Move we must, because we have all these bones, muscles, tissues, not just for to look good, which is great, but we have them so we can move because our body are meant to move. As I said before, previous episode, movement, our lymphatic system is dependent on movement, so we need to move our bodies. Find something that you enjoy doing, like I say, and do it. And sometimes you find something that you know is good for you, but you don't necessarily enjoy it initially. But with time, you come to perhaps accommodate it, and you keep doing it consistently. Write one positive affirmation to say or to speak to yourself daily. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am awesome. When you say those things, you feel good about yourself. So why not try it? Now, another one is to swap an ultra-processed food or snack for fruits and veg. Could be a carrot stick, could be cucumbers, could be tomatoes, it could be anything in the category of the fruits and the vegetables in place of your processed snack or food. See, I'm a gardener. I like to plant fruits and vegetables such as tomatoes, cucumbers, some greens. And I've been doing this for a number of years. And recently, I actually realized why I do not like buying tomatoes. Or I buy them, I eat them, but they're not my favorite. And that's because the taste of the ones we buy in our supermarket is not the same. I mean, people that plant like myself, you know the difference in taste. Oh no, again, we probably know it's got to do with the mass production or whatever process that those tomatoes go through before they get to our supermarket shelves and eventually before they get to our kitchen. So that's another tip for you. Gardening is great exercise and is rewarding. Good for the environment and good for you. So that's it. Small, doable steps. And remember, tag us on socials to let us know what you are doing. So before we wrap up today, I would like to share some quick health news with you. A need-to-know basis, and especially for our community. The mental health, access to mental health is improving, we are told. And this is with the help of digital therapies like CBT apps. CBT stands for Cognitive Behavior Therapy, and there are CBT apps for sleep and anxiety, and which is good news for those of us who can't always access therapy face-to-face. As always, speak to your healthcare provider so that they can also help you. While you're waiting, you can get onto some of these apps to get some help. In the southeast of London, a new fund is supporting community groups tackling health inequalities in the African and Caribbean population. That means more grassroots action from the people for the people. So if you're in southeast London, you might want to check that out. And on a global stage, personalized wellness is the future. From tailored nutrition plans to culturally adapted health tech, the world is finally waking up to the fact that one size does not fit all. And family, that's exactly why shows like ours, the New Life Show on AUK Radio, matters. Because we bring health into our language, to our food, to our culture, making it personal to us. So today, we have learned that wellness doesn't have to be punishment. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about being kind to yourself. Having that balance. One small habit. One habit at a time. So try the challenge. Take those small steps. And remember, in our African, Caribbean, and Asian communities, even these tiny changes make a big impact on our risk for diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease, obesity, and other lifestyle diseases that we know. Now, until next time, I have been your host, Adeyinka Omishore. This is the New Life Show on AUK Radio, where we talk about health and well-being and everything else in between. If this show has been a blessing to you, and I hope it has, and you've learned something today, do share be your brother's keeper, be your sister's keeper. Let's keep the conversation about our health, our wellness, and well-being going. Let's encourage and motivate each other, and let's help each other stay healthy. Because, as we know, our health is our wealth. So let's get wealthy together by staying healthy. And until next time, take care.